In the black waters of the Black Sea, a Russian warship thought it was untouchable, until a swarm of Ukrainian sea drones appeared on radar for only seconds before vanishing again. Then silence. No radio chatter, no alerts, just faint wakes gliding through the mist toward Sevastopol. Within the next hour, those drones would rewrite the rulebook of naval warfare, proving that the deadliest weapons don't roar in, they whisper. From Kyiv to Crimea, operators and sailors alike were about to learn how a few unmanned machines could shake an entire fleet. 0400 hours. Over the northern approaches to Sevastopol harbor, the sea is calm. Too calm. Satellite imagery catches faint wakes slicing through the dark, each no longer than a fishing boat. But these aren't boats. They're Sea Baby Mk2 drones, low-profile, carbon-hulled, and packed with 450 kilograms of high explosives. In a dim control room hundreds of miles away, Ukrainian Naval Drone Division operators track every movement. Screens glow with coded icons labeled Alpha, Bravo, and Echo. Each mark represents a pilotless vessel racing at 42 knots toward enemy waters. Every second brings them closer to the Russian Black Sea Fleet's defensive line. Inside the harbor, radar operators stare at empty scopes. The drones are invisible, too small, too quiet, buried in wave clutter. Sensors sweep, find nothing, sweep again. Silence. Back in Kyiv, a single encrypted message flashes across the terminal. Phase 1. Green. Operators exchange quick nods. Commands flow. The drones lower their profiles, slipping beneath the radar horizon. The Black Sea, still, black, and unaware, is about to erupt. What target lies waiting beyond the horizon? 0506 hours. A thick fog rolls over Sevastopol Bay, muffling sound, swallowing light. The Russian corvette Serpukhov drifts on routine patrol, its crew half alert after another uneventful night. Then, something changes. Sonar picks up faint, rhythmic hums beneath the waterline. Mechanical, repeating, wrong. Unidentified surface anomalies, the operator reports. The bridge snaps to life. Alarms wail. Commanders scramble to verify what their screens can't clearly show. Targeting radar sweeps once, nothing. Twice, still nothing. The echoes are too faint, the return too small. To their instruments, the threat barely exists. Inside the Serpukhov, the tension spikes. The ship's 30mm AK-630 gun crew takes positions, scanning through the haze with night optics. One thermal camera operator finally spots movement, a shape skimming the waves, 600 meters out and closing fast. "Contact confirmed," he shouts. The order comes instantly. "Engage!" Tracer rounds rip through the mist, slicing the air, ricocheting off the sea. For a moment, the crew believes they've hit it, until another shape appears. Then another, each one moving faster than the last. Fog, confusion, and panic merge as sensors fail and instincts take over. The gunners can see the threat now, but can they stop it in time? 0514 hours. The first drone breaches the outer harbor barrier, its wake slicing through diesel-slick water like a blade. On the Serpukhov, crew members shout conflicting orders. "Reverse engines! Bring her about!" But it's too late. The drone's onboard guidance locks onto the corvette's stern. Then, impact. A deafening explosion tears through the quiet bay. A column of seawater and fire erupts 20 meters high, drenching the deck in fragments of metal and burning fuel. Cameras from nearby ships capture the moment as shockwaves ripple across the harbor. Power vanishes. Consoles spark. The bridge plunges into darkness. Crew scramble for bearings, slipping on flooded decks as smoke fills the air. Within minutes, secondary blasts rock the ship, ammunition stores cooking off one by one. From the seawall, Russian sailors watch helplessly as rescue tugs speed toward the inferno. They don't know how many drones remain or where they're hiding beneath the waves. Sevastopol's defensive grid is alive but blind. Radar screens flashing static, alarms echoing off concrete bunkers. And as emergency crews close in, a grim realization spreads through command. This wasn't an isolated hit. It was a message. Is this just one strike or the opening of a larger assault. 0521 hours. Inside the reinforced bunkers of the Black Sea Fleet Command, klaxons echo through concrete corridors. The strike has thrown Sevastopol into chaos. Admiral-level officers crowd around glowing maps as reports pour in. Serpukhov crippled, harbor defenses compromised, unknown number of drones inbound. Activate Harbor Shield Protocol, a commander snaps. Within seconds, electronic warfare teams flood the airwaves with jamming signals. Every civilian and military frequency is drowned in static. They're hoping to sever the connection between Kiev and its seaborne attackers. But in Kiev, operators anticipated this. They shift control of the Sea Baby, Mark II drones from radio to optical satellite uplink. A narrow laser relay beams commands directly from space. Silent, unjammable, precise. Latency, 1.2 seconds. Now another feed lights up. A second wave of drones, smaller but faster, glides along the southern seawall, using debris from the earlier explosion as cover. Harbor patrols can't see them. Radar still flickers with ghost echoes. Above, Mi-8 helicopters thunder into the fog, launching flares and searching the water's surface. But the drones stay below radar altitude, vanishing under whitecaps. Every countermeasure fails, one after another. The commander slams a fist on the table. Seal the harbor. Now but can command close the gates before the second wave hits. 0545 hours. The smoke over Sevastopol rises like a dark curtain. What was once the pride of the Black Sea Fleet now tilts awkwardly at the dock. Its hull ripped open, its decks scorched and flooded. The Serpukhov is finished. From orbit, reconnaissance satellites capture the aftermath in chilling clarity. A crippled ship surrounded by tugboats, its power gone, its crew evacuated to shore. Nearby, Russian divers work to contain the leaks while fireboats douse the last flames. Official statements arrive within minutes. Moscow insists it was a localized fire, a mechanical failure. But Ukrainian defense intelligence counters with thermal footage showing precise drone impacts. 5 points of detonation, each exactly on target. No random accident could do that. Inside Naval Command circles across the world, one realization spreads fast. The age of dominance by massive steel warships is fading. For the price of a single missile, Ukraine used small remote-controlled vessels to cripple a corvette inside its own base. The Black Sea is silent now. No alarms, no engine hums, just waves against metal wreckage. In that silence, strategy itself is changing. Nations are watching, learning, adapting. What will the next generation of sea drones look like? The Sevastopol strike didn't just destroy a ship. It shattered the illusion of safety behind coastal defenses. In one dawn assault, a handful of remote-controlled craft achieved what whole fleets had failed to do. Strike a defended port, damage a warship, and escape radar detection. Low-cost drones, guided by precision and patience, rewrote the balance of naval power. From now on, the battlefield belongs not to size or speed, but to stealth, code, and control. If you want to understand this new era of drone warfare, where machines the size of jet skis decide the fate of fleets, subscribe for more deep-dive analyses from the front lines of modern conflict. The sea no longer hides ships, it hides hunters.